We can begin the lighting process. First, I switch to the top view. From the Create panel, I select a camera and choose a Corona camera. I place one camera here, then I add another camera from the side as well. If I press the C key, I can switch to the camera view. Then I press Shift and F keys to frame and lock the camera composition. As you can see, if I take a test render at this stage, the result is completely black. Let's take a closer look. In this scene, the only visible lights are the official lights that I manually placed in the project. These are lights that I intentionally added. If you use chandelier lights, spotlights, or linear lights in your project, only those lights will appear in the render. In general, we don't see any natural lights in the scene. Previously, we learned that lighting could be set up through render setup in the Scene tab using the Scene Environment section at the bottom. However, this time we are going to use a different method. For this approach, I close the render setup window, press the M key on the keyboard to open the material editor. Then I right click, choose Maps, go to General and select Bitmap. Here I load an HDRI into the scene. An HDRI, High Dynamic Range image, is a special image that contains realistic lighting information. Is commonly used in the simulate natural environment lightings. I right click again, go to Maps, General, and Bitmap, and load my HDRI files. The HDRIs I'm using are 4K quality, and I use them directly inside the project. I right click and choose Open Preview to view the HDRI at a larger size. If the sun positioned in your HDRI is close to the horizon, similar to sunset, you will get much softer shadows. However, if the sun is positioned high in the sky, representing midday lighting, you will get much sharper, harsher shadows in your project. That's why choosing the right HDRI for your scene is extremely important.